Most men try to prove they've changed. That's the problem. Because she's not waiting for your words, she's tracking your behavior. And today, I'm showing you what she's actually looking for. Look, you've probably tried everything. You've apologized, you've promised to be better, you've given her space, you've tried being nicer, and none of it worked. Because you were focused on convincing her. Everybody's always focused on what to say, but it's all about becoming undeniable. When what she actually needs was to feel something different. That's being undeniable. Hey, I'm Noah Allen. I help high-achieving men rebuild trust and save their marriages. Not through therapy talk, through masculine emotional leadership. And today we're breaking down exactly what she's tracking and how to rebuild emotional safety she lost years ago. So let's get into it. Here's what most men get wrong. They think emotional safety is about being agreeable, avoiding conflicts, walking on eggshells, but that's not safety, that's fear, and that destroys safety more than you even realize. Emotional safety is her internal belief that you will no longer abandon her emotionally when things get hard. You will not react with anger when she's vulnerable. You will lead with calm instead of chaos. It's not about what you say, it's about what she feels when she's around you. And here's the thing, she's been tracking you for years. Think about this. Your wife comes home from a hard day. She's frustrated. She snaps at you about something small, the dishes, the bills, something that doesn't really matter. Old you'd match her energy. Why are you always so critical? I'm doing the best I can. You'd defend yourself. She'd walk away because in that moment, she tested you and she wanted to see if you can handle her emotions without making it about you. And you failed that test. Not because you're a bad man, but because you didn't understand what she was actually asking for. She wasn't asking you to fix the dishes. She was asking, can I be messy around you and still feel safe? And your reaction told her, no. So how do you change this? How do you go from being the man who breaks her safety to the man who builds it? Well, there's 3 stages, and they're not soft. They're surgical. Stage 1 is steady presence. This is where you stop proving and start being. Your wife doesn't need more words right now. She needs your nervous system to regulate hers. When she's emotional, you stay calm. When she's testing you, you stay grounded. When she says something designed to get a reaction, you pause, you breathe, and you respond like a man who's in control of himself. Genuinely, honestly, before a conversation, I tell all my clients this. You need to breathe, pre-check yourself, and then address. Because if you're just going to be reacting to her action, you're going to lose because action is faster than reaction. So the action there is as simple as this. Just take a short breath through your nose. Obviously, do it a little subtler. You can practice that, but that does a world of difference because that is what allows you to respond like a man who's in control of himself. Because here's the truth. Every time you react with anger, with defensiveness, with neediness, you're confirming her story about you. The story that says you're not safe. But every time you stay calm, every time you respond instead of react, you're rewriting that story. Not with words, but with behavior. I had a client, we'll call him Conrad. His wife told him that she wanted a divorce. She said she couldn't do this anymore. Old Conrad would have spiraled, panicked, begged her to reconsider. But Conrad, this time, did something different. He stayed calm, didn't argue, didn't plead. He said, I understand. I'm not going to try to convince you otherwise, but I'm going to show you something different starting today. Then he walked away, not to punish her, but to lead himself first. For 3 weeks, she watched him. She threw tests at him. Cold silence, emotional outbursts, provocation, and every single time, Conrad stayed steady. Week 4, she asked to talk. Not because he convinced her, but because she felt something different. She felt a shift. His presence was different, and her body recognized it before her mind did. That's steady presence. It's not fast, but it's undeniable. Look, stage 2 is purpose-driven leadership. Safety isn't just about being calm. It's about having direction. Your wife needs to see that you're moving towards something bigger than her approval. When you're chasing her validation, when your moods depend on her moods, you become her emotional burden. But when you have purpose, when your life has momentum outside of her emotions, you become gravity. And she can finally stop wondering if you're going to fall apart. Because the man who needs her to believe him is the same man who broke her trust. But the man who's building himself regardless of her belief, that's a man she can lean on. Stage 3 is integrity alignment. This is where your words and actions match perfectly, consistently, over time. Because trust isn't rebuilt through big gestures, it's rebuilt through micro moments. How you respond when she's cold, how you handle rejection, how you show up on the day you don't feel like it. Your words backed by action. That's what rebuilds belief. Look, I know this is heavy, and you don't have to do this alone. If you're serious about leading at home with the same excellence you bring to your business, work environment, wherever in life that you're at, book a call with me and my team. We'll walk you through the heroic husband method step by step so you can rebuild safety, trust, and connection without chasing or begging. You'll find that link below because this doesn't have to end the way that it's heading. You just need a better plan. Now, let's talk about the biggest mistakes men make when rebuilding safety, because this one keeps you stuck longer than anything else. The mistake is try to rebuild safety through explanation. You think if you could just make her understand, if you could just show her you've changed, if you could just prove you're different now, she'll soften. But here's what actually happens. The more you explain, the less she believes. Because words mean nothing when the pattern hasn't changed. She's not listening to what you say, she's watching what you do. And she's been watching for years. Think of it like this. If I told you I was going to the gym, but you never saw me go, you never saw my body change, you never saw the discipline, would you believe me? No, because the talk is cheap. Results are what matter. Same with emotional safety. You can tell her you've changed 100 times, but if your reactions are the same, if your patterns are the same, if your energy is the same, she's not going to believe you. But if she sees you handle rejection with calm, if she sees you regulate yourself when she's testing you, if she sees you lead with strength day after day, she doesn't need your words anymore because your behavior is screaming the truth. So, what does this look like practically? How do you actually implement this in your marriage? Let me give you a framework. First, stop trying to win arguments. No one is a winner in an argument. You don't want to make your wife a loser. Think about that. Then you're married to a loser. No one wins in an argument. But you do start trying to win her back. Every time you prove you're right, you lose connection. Second, track your reactions. Every time she tests you, every time she's cold, every time she pulls away, notice your response. Are you reacting from fear or responding from strength? Third, lead through action, not through announcements. Don't tell her you're changing. Show her through consistency, through calm, through leadership that doesn't need permission. Because here's the truth. She's not waiting for perfect. She's waiting for proof. Proof that you're not the man who broke her trust. Proof that you can handle her emotions without falling apart. Proof that you can lead this family even when she stops believing in you. And that doesn't come from what you say. It comes from what she feels. Day after day, week after week, until the pattern is undeniable. This is what we do inside the Heroic Husband Method. We help you rebuild safety, reignite connection, and lead your family back to desire using the Emotional Layering Protocol, a proven system built for high-achieving men who refuse to lose their family. If you're ready to stop guessing and start leading with precision, click the link below. Book your free call with my team. We'll walk you through exactly how this works, step by step, so you can rebuild what was lost and become the man your wife can finally trust again. Don't wait for her to believe in you. Become the man worth believing in. You've got this, brother. This pain doesn't have to be your ending. It can be your new beginning. Lead yourself first, and everything else will follow. See you in the next one.